The objective of this bracket assembly job is to assemble various parts. The equipment used includes workbenches, a chair, adjustable height and no wheels. A seat pad and lumbar support were added. A scale, a printer, a computer, a monitor, a keyboard, a mouse and mouse pad. A footstool, which is an upside-down tote, totes. A gray tote, which weighs 25 pounds when full. Black Zytec packing bins. The tools used include a utility knife, water with Dawn dishwashing soap. The materials used include a bracket, a grommet, a bag of grommets. The personal protective equipment included safety glasses, hearing protection, gloves, shoes which must have full leather uppers. The work environment is an inside work environment without air conditioning. The worker observed was 5 feet 8 inches tall. The work methods for the observed bracket assembly job include: to assemble the bracket, the worker will get a bracket, get a grommet from the dishwashing detergent solution, press the grommet into the bracket. Repeat these steps. When finished, drop the bracket assembly into the green tote. To get brackets, use hands to fill the green tote with brackets that arrive in the Zytec. Lift the green tote. Carry the green tote to the workbench. Dump the green tote of assembled brackets into the gray tote positioned on the scale. For getting the grommets, use the utility knife to open the bag of grommets. Dump grommets into the workbench blue tote with water and Dawn dishwashing detergent solution. Reposition grommets as needed so they are covered with the water solution. There were several ergonomic risk factors observed for the bracket assembly position. Repeated and sustained exertions were rated as a high pace. Hands were in constant rapid steady motion and exertion to assemble brackets. Work is self-paced with no observed pauses during each work cycle or between work cycles. Sustained exertions were observed and included continuous sitting, continuous neck flexion or forward bending to view the work area. Forceful exertions were required to collect and lift and position groups of brackets from the Zytec to a green tote. Lift, carry, and position the green tote with brackets. Push grommets into the bracket. Grommets are soaked in a dishwater solution to make them more pliable. A pinch grip is used. Awkward postures were observed and include forearm pronation, wrist flexion, and wrist deviation or sideways bending to get parts. Wrist deviation to push grommets into brackets. Elbow flexion and wrist flexion to position assembled brackets in the green tote. Neck flexion to view work. Elevated arms to pour the bag of grommets onto the work table and to rearrange assembled brackets in the green tote. Torso flexion to get brackets from the Zytec. The mechanical or localized contact stress observed was contact stress between the hip, torso, and/or legs and the edge of the Zytec while collecting brackets and lifting the green tote. Contact stress between the arms and wrist and tote while pushing grommets into the bracket was also observed. The recommendations for the bracket assembly job include: consider using lift-tilt tables for the Zytec to decrease posture stress, forceful exertions, and localized contact stress. Investigate adjustable height lift and rotate tables for the pallet with gray totes to decrease posture stress and forceful exertions. Consider using a shorter tote for the assembled brackets to decrease posture stress. Investigate padding for blue tote edges to decrease localized contact stress. Consider an adjustable height work table that allows workers to sit and stand to decrease sustained exertions. Consider using a long-handled scoop instead of hands to position brackets in the green tote to decrease posture stress. Investigate using an arbor press to insert grommets into the bracket to decrease awkward postures and forceful exertions. Investigate other methods for making the grommets easier to push into the bracket, i.e. heat lamps, to decrease localized contact stress, force, and wet hands.